Stranger Things isn't just a good show. It's one of the best shows of all time, if not the best. It's completely changed not only how TV shows are made, but it even changed how we watch them. And it's the only show to make an entire decade of life popular again. And after watching the Harry Potter movies, binging each chapter year after year, growing older with the kids I'm watching, and seeing them grow up into big, beautiful adults, all while I just sat right here on my butt crack and ate 10 years worth of Doritos, I was convinced that something like that would never happen again. And then it happened again. But how? How did Stranger Things go from a failing project that not a single studio wanted to make to an absolute masterpiece that's taken over the world? But more importantly, how did Stranger Things become the... But wait, whoa. I just wanted to thank my sponsor. No one. I don't got a sponsor. This is a brand new channel, but I have a gift for you guys. I'm doing a giveaway at the end of the video, so make sure you watch it till the end. It's 2015 and these guys, Matt and Ross Duffer, are trying to hustle in Hollywood and get their first major film made called Hidden. And I have no idea what this freaking movie is or what it's about, so let me Google it real quick for you guys. Alright, it's a psychological thriller starring Alexander Skarsgård, and it has major inspiration and influence from M. Night Shyamalan. It only made $300,000 in the box office, but that's because it didn't have a full release. It was just like a limited release, but it still got a lot of positive reviews from critics. And this guy, Donald Blind, seen the movie, and this guy was so impressed, he gave the Duffer Brothers the opportunity to work with M. Night Shyamalan himself on a TV show called Wayward Pines. While they were working on the show, M. Night Shyamalan mentored these guys, and by the time they were done, they felt like they were ready to make their own TV show.
You know, we had just come off Wayward Pines, and we felt like we sort of understood the TV world.
So the boys cooked up a 20-page pitch book and went to 15 different cable networks to try to get it made, but no one wanted it. Over 15 different cable networks said no to this idea because they all felt a plot with children as the lead wouldn't work. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life, but regardless, no studio or producer in Hollywood wanted to make this masterpiece of a show because they all thought it was gonna be absolute booty cheeks. They even told the Duffer Brothers, just make it a children's series or just drop the children entirely and just focus on Hopper. But then, something happened.
Can we talk about Stranger Things? How did you get involved with that? When did you get involved in that?
I mean, literally, it was this script that some people had read, and everyone was like, well, wait, it's a show starring kids that isn't necessarily for kids, and it just was kind of going overlooked. And I read this thing, and it was just too good.
That's Shawn Levy, a once struggling and failing actor turned director, making movies like The Internship, Real Steel, Date Night, Night at the Museum, The Pink Panther, Cheaper by the Dozen, Just Married, and Big Fat Liar. And look, I freaking love Frankie Muniz, but if I'm the Duffer Brothers, I don't think I want the guy who made Big Fat Liar to help me make a show like this. Regardless, when he read it, Shawn Levy fell in love with it. Somehow, they got together in his office one day, and they could have kept going to other producers and studios, but Shawn said one thing, and it was all they needed to hear.
On paper, there's probably producers who are more appropriate for this genre material, but there's no one who's going to be more passionate, and I'm going to link arms with you, and we're going to get this done. And unlike a lot of other production companies, when I say we're going to do something, we do it.
Now, it's 2016, and after arguing and debating about the show's name and location, which originally was based off of a real conspiracy called the Montauk Project that takes place in Montauk, Long Island, which is also actually where my Aunt Angela lives and my family. So, do me a favor, if you ever see them, run. Run for your life. Run as fast as you can and don't look back. After a lot of changes they have to make, the Duffer Brothers and Shawn Levy finally convinced Netflix to make Stranger Things. But Netflix had one big problem. They had over $6 billion invested in their own shows and productions, but it wasn't keeping subscribers or even bringing in new ones. So when the Duffers came to Netflix with Stranger Things, they didn't really have any faith in the project. They just put it up and hoped for the best. But on July 15th, 2016, Netflix realized they just made the greatest decision in their entire life. Listen, when this show came out, it felt like the entire world was talking about it. People were begging everyone for Netflix passwords and accounts, which Netflix don't allow you to do now. They freaking blocked that action. But even more people were buying Netflix subscriptions just so they can watch the show. Season 1 of Stranger Things was so freaking good, it changed the world, man. It changed everything. Every single detail about this show, from the intro screen's title card, the mesmerizing soundtrack, the gorgeous cinematography, the incredible characters, the acting, the casting. I mean, my God, I know it's a TV show, but Winona Ryder was so good in this, she deserves a freaking Oscar for it.
You're a mess.
Maybe I am a mess. Maybe I
crazy. Maybe I'm out of my mind. But God help me, I will keep these lights up until the day I die if I think there's a chance that Will's still out there.
What an incredible comeback and performance she did in this show. And not only did it instantly become a classic, but it also became addicting. Because streaming TV shows at this time was definitely starting to become popular, but binging all episodes of one season in one setting was definitely not common, and this show made it common. It broke every single Netflix record at the time, and millions of people were finished watching the show in only a couple of days after it came out. And even though it was clearly inspired, written, and even shot extremely similar to every other show that came before it, like E.T. I mean, they even made the kids audition for this show with the lines from E.T.
The most excellent promise you can make.
Most excellent promise you can make.
And close your eyes.
Okay, now close your eyes. The most excellent promise you can make.
I have absolute power. Say it.
I have absolute power. Say it.
But there's also clear inspiration from The Goonies, The Last of Us, Prisoners, Poltergeist, Firestarter, and so many other shows, games, and books. But somehow it still felt so new and refreshing and original. And I think that's because they nailed the most important thing, and that's...
The bottom line is you just need to write a simple character that the audience can like and just, you know, tell a very simple story. Because once you know that and know the building blocks of how to do that, both in terms of writing and just in terms of production, then taking that next step suddenly doesn't seem as daunting.
It's 2017, your boy's 16 years old, I'm living in LA, and it's award season. Award season basically just means it's early in the new year and all the award shows are starting. Now for me and my family, it was a tradition to get full blast dressed. I'm talking put on the fanciest clothes you freaking own, put on your fake designer underwear, socks, and scarves, and let's go hit the town, baby. Let's go paint it red. And we did all that just so we could sneak into these events and parties and award shows and meet all these famous people, man. Take pictures. It was fun. Don't freaking judge me, man. You would do it too. It's cool. Me and my brother is walking down the hallway at the Beverly Hilton. We look up and we see Joe Keery from Stranger Things just freaking looking at us like he's staring at us. And we could tell by the way he was looking at us, like, I know you guys aren't famous and you just came here to take pictures, so you guys want to come take a picture of me? Come on, let's take a picture. But because of how much me and my brother hated his character in the first season of Stranger Things, we literally looked at each other and said, nah, this guy sucks. And we just freaking walked away. We didn't go take a picture with him. As we was walking away, we was talking to each other and we realized, why do we hate this guy? He's not really Steve Harrington. He's an actual person. He's a human being. And after talking about it for a little bit, we turned around to try to find him, but it was too late and he was gone. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my life. Because this man in this show is the most incredible, well-written character on the entire show. And he's shaping up to have one of the best character arcs I've ever seen. So Joe, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. And the reason why I told you that is because I wanted you guys to know how invested I was. And after rewatching the first season of this show, it just blows my mind to know that this guy was supposed to freaking die in the first couple episodes of this show. But they loved him so much that they freaking totally changed the way he's written and completely changed his character's arc story, and they just kept him in the show.
See Steve in the season 1, you're like, that guy's gonna get killed off. It's so wonderfully surprising. It was the plan to kill Steve.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He was supposed to die in the finale. I'm pretty sure he was gonna die earlier. It's been a while.
I've never seen a show balance the cast so wide and still give almost every character an amazing arc and growth with each and every episode and season. However, whatever secret sauce they were cooking with, they were starting to run out of it. Because as the show went on, it did have one horrible episode that I know that they wish everyone could forget about. And the show started having a little more forced propaganda, messages, and motives as it went on. But for me, I didn't care about all that, man. I just wanted to know what happened to these characters. Sure, season 2 and 3 has its flaws, and they're nowhere near as good as the first season is.
How do you even drink that?
Because it's delicious.
Sweeter, bolder, better.
But I still freaking love those seasons and the new characters that they brought into. I just didn't know how much more I was about to. I don't care. I'm just gonna say it. Season 4 of Stranger Things is perfect. It's hands down the best season of television I've ever watched in my life. Yes, I've seen Breaking Bad. I've seen Game of Thrones. I even seen The Sopranos. And those shows are all masterpieces in their own right. I'm not saying one show is better than another right now. I'm just saying this. I don't believe you can make a season of television better than this. Just the episode Dear Billy, the 4th episode in this season, is good enough to be its own standalone movie that gets played in theaters worldwide. And I promise you, if it did, it probably would have won some Oscars. And that's a huge freaking problem, because as excited as I am for this new season, the Duffer Brothers set the bar so high for their own self that it's gonna be almost impossible for them to follow up that golden season of television. Because at this point, we know a major character that we love is probably gonna die, and landing an ending for shows this big and impactful is always so hard, and most of the time, people fumble this task. How I Met Your Mother, The Sopranos, Game of Thrones. They all suffered from this, and there is nothing I hate more with a passion than a show with a bad ending. For me, when an ending is bad, I just end up not liking the show at all. But guys, I think the boys cooked.
We do have a general sense of where we're going. We've known the ending of the show for quite a while.
The Duffer Brothers just said they knew how this show was going to end over 7 years ago. And after rewatching the first season and literally seeing Vecna in the first episode of this show, years before he was ever brought in or announced, I 100% believe them. The boys are telling the truth, especially just from their taste and inspiration that they have from their shows and games that they love. Is enough for me to know that this finale is going to be chef's kiss. But after watching the trailer, man, and seeing the parallels to Harry Potter and Voldemort with Will and Vecna, it just blows my mind that I got to live and grow up with a cast twice as they go on these insane life journeys on and off camera, while I'm still just sitting here on my butt eating a bag of Doritos. That makes 20 years worth of Doritos I ate as I just sat here and watched them live these incredible lives. That just made me really depressed. Anyway, if you somehow made it all the way to the end of this video and you're looking at my ugly face and these humongous eyebrows, I got a freaking gift for you. I'm giving away a PS5 or the game console of your choice. All you gotta do is hype this video up, take a screenshot of it, and then follow and reply with it to my pinned tweet on Twitter, and that's it. I also made some of the songs that you heard in this video, so definitely don't go to the description, click the links, and go listen to them in full. I'm announcing the winners here and on Twitter, so do me a favor, don't like this video, and don't subscribe, please, because I'm just gonna flip your whole life upside down. Jesus loves you guys. Take care. God bless.